So in this example I'm going to show you how to use a while loop. And a while loop is very useful in programming for checking data entry. So in this demonstration I'm going to show you how to use a while loop. And a while loop is a condition based loop, and it's a loop which does not execute the code within the block after the loop unless the condition is true. So in this particular example I'm showing you how to use a while loop to ask the user to enter data and to continue asking the user to enter the data until they enter what I expect them to enter. In this case I'm asking them to enter gender as either M or F. So this is quite a useful algorithm for a whole host of programs, including the program you'll develop for your controlled assessment. So here we have a character or car, gender. So I've declared and initialized the gender car variable. I also have a Boolean variable called invalid gender, and I've set it equal to true. Now Boolean, if you remember, can either be true or false, or can only be true or false, and it's very important in a loop because whether or not a loop runs will be determined by whether the condition is true or false. So I've set the Boolean invalid gender to true, so that whenever the program gets down to the while loop, because it will only run this code if this is true, this allows us inside the loop. So this Boolean being set to true allows us inside the loop in the first instance. So it looks at invalid gender, it sees it's true, it then goes into the loop, looks at prints the please enter your gender, M for male or F for female, to the console. And you'll notice these little characters here. These are called escape characters, and the point of these is it allows me then to use speech marks within a string output. Now if I don't put those in, you'll see that it sees that as the end of the sentence. So the escape characters allows you to use special characters within a string. It'll treat them then as speech marks to print out. So then I will read in from the console, and you'll notice this little method here piggybacking on the back of console.readline, and what that does is no matter what character they read in, it's forced to go lowercase. So whatever character is read in is reduced to lowercase, then it's converted to a character. Remember, everything that you read in from the console is treated as a string. Because I'm storing it in the gender variable, I need that character, that letter, to be converted to a character so that it can be stored in the gender variable. So, and it's very important, I should point out, that your brackets here, you see it's convert to car, this is all bracketed round this console.readline to lower. So it reads this in, it converts it to lower, then it assigns it to, it changes it to a character, and then it assigns it to the gender variable. Next line is our branching statement, and this is, I guess, to determine how to set the invalid gender Boolean variable. So if the gender is equal to lowercase m, or, that's two vertical bars for or, gender is equal to F, so if either of those are true, because you don't know which one the user will enter, then set invalid gender to false. In other words, it's not an invalid gender, it's a valid gender. Now, if that is true, it will set that to false, and then it will go back. That's the end of the the code, because an if-else statement will either do one or the other. That's the end of this block of code. So it goes back up to the top of the while loop. And now that invalid gender is set to false, it then exits the loop and will print go to the console.write line. If, however, that's not true, if either of those are not true, then it will go to this line of code and it will set invalid gender to true, in which case it goes back to the start of the loop, sees that's true, and continues to run through the loop. The end of the program then is determined by whether or not the user enters M or F, and you know you've reached the end of the program when it says you selected, and then it shows either M or F. So let's just run that and see how that looks. So if I enter H, you'll see it will continue to run until I enter M, and then it changes it to lowercase and then prints it out.